What is up, everybody? We are back with another match reaction. I am joined by my friend Kyle from Nothing But Red and Mr. Paddy Murphy, who needs no introduction. I will come to you first, Kyle. Initial thoughts after that 2-0 win at the Giuseppe Meazza?
Call me Bobby Firmino for the rest of the show. That's my first thought. Blonde tips Bobby for the rest of the show, man. No, I'm just thrilled. I'm thrilled that we were able to pull it out. And credit to Klopp for the substitutions, man. Completely changed the game. Completely changed the game. Let's go. Up the Reds.
I agree. And up the fucking Reds indeed, sir. Want to give a shout out to Manscaped as well, folks. As always, 20% off, free shipping. WFM20 is the code. Mr. Murphy, I know you were a little bit nervous about the game, and I'm not going to lie and come on here and say we battered Inter. We didn't, but we got the result, my man, and we left there with a 2-goal lead.
Yeah, I mean, for the solid 65, 70 minutes, my nerves were proven to be right. I thought, Inter defended very well. We were finding it very hard to break them down. They had the best chance of the game for a long period of it. But inevitably, we got the job done. Klopp recognised things weren't working and made a triple substitution. Thank God, job done. I wouldn't say tie over just yet because, you never know. But it's certainly 1 foot in the quarters.
There's a lot of quadruple talk in the chat, Paddy. I know you'll be happy with that, mate, as the leader of the quadruple propaganda.
Yeah, listen, as the CEO of the quadruple propaganda bus, it's just further emphasizes the chances of it, we keep winning. We keep adding a notch onto the belt. The biggest test of this quadruple is going to be coming in February 27th against the mighty Chelsea. So hoping it'll rumble along till then. But yeah, I'm just enjoying life as a Liverpool fan right now.
It's pretty good. I mean, we'll move on to talk about everything. I'm trying to gather my thoughts here, Kyle, as I'm thinking, right, get back to the start. Let's look at the starting 11. Very surprised for me to see Elliott giving the nod in there, but very happy as well. I mean, I wasn't sure if we'd see Canade or Matip, but it's fair to say that's probably Canade's best performance in a Liverpool shirt.
Yeah, agreed. Best performance in a Liverpool shirt, or at least up there. And I agree. I think my voice is just going to keep cracking. I was screaming after that goal. Konate and Elliott were the surprises for me. And I was talking a little bit about this on my stream too. Credit to Klopp for not taking Elliott out at halftime because I thought Elliott just wasn't really up to the pace of the game. But I love seeing setting a record for Liverpool, youngest player, I think, to start in the round of 16 for Liverpool. That's awesome. Absolutely love to see him get that experience in there. But he was a step slow. Same with Jota. But Konate just comes in, does what Konate does. I mean, I was a little surprised not to see Matip, but it doesn't matter. I mean, when you have a player that can step in and play to the level that Konate played, it's unbelievable. Challenging Van Dijk for man of the match for me. Van Dijk probably win it, but man, their defense really kept us in there today.
It was really close, actually, on the first match reaction we did. It was 44% Canade, 40% the Verge on the man of the match vote. So, again, Kyle, it was difficult, but, people, they made the right call, as the Am for the Agenda audience usually do. Paddy, I mean, I thought we started that game really well, if I'm being honest. I thought we pressed very well. I thought Inter were an accident waiting to happen at the back with the way they were trying to play the ball out. But they did find their way into the game. Certainly had the best chance of the first half with that when they hit the bar. What are your thoughts, mate?
Yeah, I think we forget at times that in a two-legged European tie, that is the first quarter. It's a very low. You know what I mean? There's no harm in biding our time and sussing things out. And I think both teams kind of done that a little bit. I think Inter, as I said, in previous shows, they are very defensively solid and done very well. Bastoni was a good player for them, and Skriniar and De Vries. I thought we started relatively okay. I thought our midfield got bypassed a little bit. That's Harvey Elliott defensively maybe was not caught out a little, but maybe for the Çalhanoğlu chance you could say he was. But I still thought Harvey Elliott was very tidy in possession going forward, which he offers. So I still love the guy, and I'm glad, as Kyle said, he didn't take him off at half time because it would have damaged his confidence. But listen, it was looking a bit bleak at times, but again, the OGs got our back, and that Firmino glancing header was just exquisite. And obviously Mo gets fortunate with the deflection. I thought he had a poor game overall, but it doesn't really matter when he contributes a goal, even when he is poor.
I got called out on the watch along for saying he was having a poor game. You're not allowed to criticise Mo by some people, but I agree, Paddy. And look, he'll have many a great game, and it's okay. We still love the lad. Got himself a goal, but Kyle, that Firmino header, that was training ground stuff, buddy. 100%. Handanovic Handanovic trying to sneak across the covers near post, but perfection.
It's perfection. Something about the blonde tips, man. Something about him. They just give him superpowers. The guy comes on, and when I was speaking about this with Burnley, there's just something different about Bobby linking up with, and especially with Keita coming on at not the same time, but also coming on. We just completely changed the dynamic of the game. More chances. Inter were just playing back. They were trying to defend. They couldn't really do it. And what happens? We get a goal, and then we get another lucky deflection, but still. Going back to what you said about Salah, I agree. He wasn't having the best game. But that's the difference between world-class and a top player. A world-class player are still going to produce even if they're having a bad game. We've seen it time and time again from Salah. I mean, and the team as a whole, we didn't necessarily play that great until the subs came on. And then it made a difference. We were able to actually turn the game around. I want to give credit to Inter, though, because I thought Inter were very organized, especially in the first half. Like Paddy said, they definitely bypassed our midfield before we made those subs. There was really no pressure in the midfield. They were getting out in the channels. But again, we're Liverpool. This is what we do. This is our specialty. I love it.
On what Kyle is saying, Paddy, yes, give credit to Inter, especially for how they started the second half. But one thing I noticed, mate, is they were trying to get Perisic in behind Trent a lot by playing that ball. And it's done for a couple of reasons, not because they think Trent's weak defensively, to stop him getting forward, to pin him back on his heels. And I thought for the first 15, 20, maybe 25 of the second half, Inter shaded it definitely.
Yeah, I thought Perisic was quality for Inter, and he's been around years. I remember him scoring against Arsenal in the 2011 Champions League group stage, a banger for Dortmund. He's been doing the rounds for years. I thought he was quality. But I do think Trent was very suspect defensively. Position-wise, was caught out time and time again, which, it has become somewhat of a custom with Trent. But it doesn't really matter because he's so good going forward that he alleviates that. And it's lucky. That's why last year with no Van Dijk, that was kind of exposed a lot more. But I think because we have Van Dijk and the Konate, they were okay. I thought Perisic was great, and that was Inter were definitely in the ascendancy for that first while, and very unlucky not to get a goal tonight.
It's not very often, Kyle, we're going to see Jurgen Klopp take Fabinho off in a game, and I think a lot of us were going, "What? Why?" But as you said, mate, at the start of the video, the subs came on and impacted the game in a great way.
Yeah, no, I was shocked that Fabinho came off. I honestly thought Thiago was going to come off. But Klopp knows what he's doing. I think clearly, Fabinho wasn't necessarily having a good game, and I think Klopp just wanted a change of pace in the midfield. We weren't doing what we normally do in the midfield. We were losing the midfield battle. Maybe we were too slow. We weren't pressing right. And just Hendo coming on, he's a tempo guy. He's going to swing the ball side to side. Keita's going to progress forward. I mean, maybe that's what we needed. And Luis Diaz, I just want to give a round of applause to Luis Diaz. That guy's a scrapper, man. Comes on energetic. You would have thought he'd been playing the whole game. He's just on a different energy level. The first touch, he gets in behind. I mean, guy's good. Guy's good. Our depth is incredible. When you see our bench today, I was like, wow. I was used to last month, we're looking at Tyler Morton, players like that on the bench. Today, I was just like, give me all of it. All of them. Just quality.
Again, we get a little moment there, Paddy, to see out the game. No better Buchel to come on than James Milner to see out the game, buddy. And he did just that. Liz absolutely delighted over there in Florida.
Listen, and that's what he's great for. He's just a calm head to come on in those kind of meaningless minutes, if you know what I mean, just to see out the game. But again, on the Luis Diaz stuff, I can't wait for his first goal. I've been willing them in every time he's had a shot. And honestly, when he first signed, I said, he's not going to start straight away at a Mane, but I think I am in my head already at the place where I want him replacing Mane. It might be, people might think it's premature, but for me, that's where my head's at right now. I think he's proven in his cameos that he's good enough and explosive enough to already be impactful. And I just think Mane just doesn't have that je ne sais quoi anymore. I don't know what it is about him. I just think Luis Diaz offers more to us right now, and that's my call. I called for it a few months ago with the Robbo coming out for Costas briefly, and then that upped Robbo's game. So maybe it's what Mane needs to get a bit of impetus up himself. But yeah, for me, Diaz starts from now on.
I saw Craig's reaction. It hurts you, Craig, but you agreed. You were like, it hurts to agree, but I agree.
It absolutely does hurt, doesn't it? Because I have had the best time of my life watching this group of players, and I love every single one of them dearly. But I have to agree with Paddy. Father Time doesn't wait for anybody. And it has been too long now for Mane for me to think it's just form. And yes, he's contributing because he will. He's a class act. But I give Paddy the nod there. I agree. I think Luis Diaz is certainly going to be pushing to start a lot more.
Oh yeah, after the performances he's put in, if he holds the consistency, absolutely. And just the energy, something about it. I see Luis Diaz's energy. That was the energy I was seeing from Mane a few seasons ago, and it's just not there along with the production. It might be one of those cases like Paddy was saying where, Samika's got a few starts. We were calling for him like, this guy's good. He's consistent. He puts in the effort and he's good going forward. He's also scrappy defensively. Luis Diaz, he has all the qualities we need in that left winger. I mean, put him in there. Let him get his first goal. Let him get his, a start. See how he does. If he picks up the consistency and it's better than Mane's consistency, he deserves to start. And that's not a slight to Mane. It's just the fact of the matter is, if a player is in form, I'm very much in the camp you should be playing that player.
Paddy, there was a moment there in the second half when he came on, Diaz, where he picked up the ball and he ran across and he played a 1-2 with Trent. I don't know if you remember it, but it was just he gave the ball and immediately made a run into the box, immediately followed it in. And I was just thinking, yes, I'm going to enjoy watching this boy play football.
Yeah, I love him. It's just so explosive every time, without fail. And he's only fresh in, so it will take time to forge those relationships with other players, which certain players it's pre-existing for certain. You know what I mean? So it will come. For me, he's just a guy. Apparently, Klopp has said that Jota had an ankle injury or an ankle problem.
That was going to be my ankle ligament issue. Apparently, that was going to be my next question. Well, yeah,
I told you that fully fit squad bullshit. Everyone, fully fit squad. Oh, look at my nipples. Let me touch them. I knew it was going to be a fucking fleeting existence. Fuck's sake. Can't have anything.
Paddy sounds like me, absolutely, when after Spring comes back with the shopping. What do you mean? What do you mean there's no donuts? I can't have anything.
Stop.
I was wondering, Carl, because, I thought Jota wasn't at his best in the first half, but certainly didn't think he should have been pulled. So when I seen Firmino coming on, I was happy because I thought this is a game actually that Bobby will relish. But yeah, it's good to have that cleared up by Klopp that, it wasn't a tactical thing anyway.
Yeah. Klopp says Diogo Jota had something around the ankle ligament that had to come off, according to Neil Jones.
Yeah, I mean, I'd rather take him off than leave him on or play him in a game that he didn't have to play. You know what I mean? Like, that's what he did. That's how he got the injury against Midfield or whatever last season. He was out for 2 seasons, whenever that was. He was out for a while. It's like, if he has an injury, take him off. But that just sucks. That just sucks. What are we? Had a full healthy squad for 37 hours or something? And now someone's injured again? It's just a pain in the ass.
Obviously, we hope that the news on that is good and we hope that it's nothing too serious. But, we never seem to get little knocks, Paddy, do we? When it's around one of our big boys. It tends to be these innocuous-looking things drag out a bit.
Yeah, it's a weird one. Hopefully, apparently he could have played on, so hopefully it's nothing too serious. But if Jota is out, it's a strange one. What we do. Bobby'd obviously come back in, but that doesn't fill me with a lot of confidence. It's ironic that because he came on and scored, but you know what I mean.
I was gonna say, what? Come on.
Yeah, I know, but he doesn't offer enough goals, but he does help the overall play. So it's at least okay. It's not the worst backup in the world for now.
Do we think he switched? If it is an injury to Jota, do you think we find a way to maybe push somebody central and get Luis Diaz on as well? I'm thinking outside of Bobby here. Like, is there a way maybe we move Mo central here and put Mane back to his favourite right, bring Diaz onto the left? I mean, we always have to look for a positive in every situation, Kyle, and I'm just trying to figure out solutions for the gaffer here.
Yeah, no, I think he has a standard rotation, but these players, you watch the game, they're rotating constantly throughout the game. Salah is over on the far side throughout the game. Mane comes central. You saw Salah central throughout the game. I mean, it happens. They rotate. So I feel like it almost doesn't even matter where they line up. They're going to get a chance either way. Maybe if they changed formations completely, like we were talking about the other day, like a 4-2-3-1, maybe. But again, I don't know. I like what we have now. I mean, we're still winning games. It's not like it's a problem at this point. If it becomes a problem, yeah, maybe. But I'd say now with Jota out, you want to conserve as many attackers as possible.
An ox injury in the warm down, is that actually a joke?
Stop.
I have no idea.
What? Is this a joke? Is this actually a joke, man?
Stop.
Okay. So James Pearson said, Klopp says Jota twisted his ankle and it was swollen. Needs further assessment tomorrow.
First off, what the hell is a
Hopefully
warm
that
down?
is-
It's a cool down.
What's he
That's
doing?
I know
if
it's
Ox-
a warm down.
And what's he
if
warming
Ox
down
has been
from?
injured. Oh fuck my life, man! If he's been injured in that's just Ox to a T, isn't it? Oh, I can't. Oh, funny shit, man. I'm not. I mean, like as bad as it says, we can have like I don't want anyone to be injured, but we can like Ox being injured is not a big miss, unfortunately for him. But we move.
I mean, Keita did well, Paddy, when he came on. Somebody who I know we both admire, and his talent is undoubtable. I love him going forward, by the way, Keita.
I question anyone's sanity who doesn't rate Naby Keita as a footballer. He's a joke of a footballer on his day. I understand people's gripe with him because of his injuries. I understand that completely. But as a footballer, bar Madrid away, I don't think he's ever put much wrong for us. And I thought he was quality coming on. He's so good defensively and he's so good going forward. He looks like he never like. He's like the Ghanaian Iniesta at times. He just doesn't like. It looks like the ball glues to his feet and he doesn't lose it. I just love him, and he's in my. I would have started him today over Harvey Elliott, but I was happy to see Elliott start. It's much of a muchness between me, but I think Keita offers the defensive solidity and the attacking impetus. He's the perfect balance, in my opinion.
On Elliott, actually, Kyle, looking to the future, that will be an invaluable experience for him today in that game. Massive European away. Got to go, what did he get, 60 minutes or so? Again, he'll learn lots from that.
Yeah, no, and I think that was the point, especially because Klopp had the opportunity to take him off. I think at least on my end, a lot of people were shouting for Elliott to maybe come off. Maybe he wasn't up to pace. Maybe bring on Keita. But the fact that he kept him on does his confidence a world of good. And Klopp's in his ear saying, "Great job." As Paddy said, going forward, he was fine. It was more so defensively, getting back, helping out Trent on that near side. He has a lot to learn. The kid's 18 years old, bro. Kid's 18 years old. He's fine. Okay, he's playing in the Champions League. He's got plenty of time. He's good. The guy is good. He held his own. He didn't play bad, but you can clearly see his inexperience. But I'm just happy that the kid got some playing time. And the fact that we were still able to sub on after he played 60 minutes and create a difference in the game and win, I think that says a lot.
I'll tell you what else, Paddy. I mean, apart from the invaluable experience you would have got, it actually also showed what tremendous faith Jurgen Klopp has in Harvey Elliott already.
Yeah, I think when Klopp said when Harvey got injured at Leeds, he said it was one of the worst days of his life and career. So, and he lived through the Berlin Wall, so that kind of shows you how much that hurt.
I assume you're just talking about Hasselhoff singing on the Berlin Wall there, by the way. I mean, that was the worst part
of course.
all of that.
Yeah, absolutely. But Harvey Elliott, when a manager of Klopp's caliber is putting that much faith in you away to Inter Milan, making you the club's youngest ever starter in the Champions League, it shows you. I think what we already know with how good he is, but as good as a youngster is, they can only be so good without working hard to actually go to that next level. And Harvey has everything. He has the world at his feet. He didn't have the best game today, but I still thought he was okay. It would have been better if he could have ran the game and had a world-class performance, but I think it's fine. It's all part of the learning curve, and I'm excited to see how he plays in the next games.
I mean, looking at the Inter team, Carl, Paddy spoke about Perisic and his involvement. I actually thought Dumfries was really good as well for Inter Milan. They've got themselves a good player there from PSV.
Yeah, I could see why you could say that. Really, the two guys out wide in that 3-5-2 formation were the difference makers because when they had that space, they exposed it. I mean, Perisic had plenty of chances on Trent to get by him, get crosses into the box. They really should have scored that chance where Perisic crossed it to Martinez and barely missed it. I mean, that was a perfect chance for them. Unlucky, really. But, I've never been a fan of that formation, but I think for them, it actually worked in their favor today up until the substitutions. Dumfries is solid. I mean, he's not my kind of player. I'd rather have Konate and Trent, but, credit to him.
Yeah, I think maybe it did an excellent Euros as well with the Dutch team.
Too, yeah.
But yeah, I mean, Paddy, look, I might have underestimated Inter a little bit. You might have overestimated them a little bit. But at the end of the day, this is a result that we can't just brush off. It's a great win to go over there again to Milan, second time this season, albeit against a different Milan, AC the first time, and we've won again. It just shows these guys have no fear, these Liverpool players, none.
Yeah, I seen a great tweet at full time. It was like, to go to Milan twice and beat both of the Milans with relative ease and not really bat an eyelid shows how far Klopp has brought Liverpool Football Club in his time at the club. That growth is phenomenal. We have beaten both Milan sides with ease in their own patch, and it's like, we're like, grand, good. We expected that, So again, it shows you how far we've come. It's a great time to be a Pool fan. We've had some of the best days of our lives with Klopp, and I think some of the better ones are even to come. I think the world is slowly healing after all the stuff we've dealt with the last couple of years. We're getting back to normality, and a lot of us are normality. And football is back to its best, and I'm just loving life. It's great. We have about 3 weeks to wait, though, for the second leg, which is the only pickle. They really like to draw out this fucking knockout stage. But listen, at least we're waiting on a 2-0 victory and not a loss or a draw.
Yeah, absolutely. That kind. It'd be a lot worse if we were maybe after coming off the back of a 1-0 loss there. We've 3 weeks of nervousness and wondering if we'll show up. I mean, it's going to be. I expect it's going to be an unbelievable atmosphere again at Anfield that night, because we do love a European game. I do anyway. I fucking love this competition.
Yeah, no, it's my favorite competition, no question. I mean, my mood is completely different when these games happen. I mean, leading up to the game is insane. But I'll tell you, the last thing Inter wanted to do was have to go to Anfield for a second leg down 2-0. I'll tell you that right now. No team wants to even go to Anfield, period, for a second leg, let alone when you're down 2-0. They got their work cut out for them. We have Anfield behind us. There's really you can't ask for anything else. Like, if there's a home field advantage, like, we have the top tier home field advantage. There's nothing like it. Anfield under the lights in the Champions League. Goosebumps. I'm getting goosebumps right now just talking about it. I can't wait.
I want to go to so bad, but the price is mad.
The word of the day, Paddy, for me is redemption. I've seen a lot of Hendo love after that game in the chat, and I'm so happy. And Jan Mulby can kiss my ass as well, by the way, with his snidey comments about the contract extension for Henderson. I thought that was a bit disrespectful of our club captain like that, from somebody who should know a little bit better and should be a bit more mindful, I think, of what he's saying. But he was brilliant when it came on tonight.
Yeah, and listen, I'm not going to be hypocritical. I haven't been the number one man on the Hendo fan club. I tweeted before the game that I hope he doesn't start. I have no qualms in admitting that. I don't question his contract renewal whatsoever. That's a bit crass from Jan Mulby. You would expect better, as you said. Yeah, but he did. He came on and he was phenomenal. He was great. He really shored up things. And I hold my hands up. And yeah, I still prefer starting with the midfield we start with, and I still don't think he starts in that midfield, but credit where credit is due. He came on, and that's why it's great to have him there if you need him. He comes on and solidifies things, calm head, and yeah, big credit to Hendo.
I feel like Kyle Hendo thrives in this being written off, being spoken down about by people. He loves to prove people wrong, and he's a fighter. If there's one thing we've learned about Jordan Henderson, the man is a fighter.
He loves it. He absolutely loves it. No, Hendo, when he was named captain, nobody, Liverpool fans were like, okay, I get it. I get why Hendo, and he's kind of grown into that role where I respect Hendo more than anything. I don't necessarily think he's a world-class footballer, but I respect his work ethic. I respect the fact that he can come on and dictate the tempo of an entire game through the midfield. I absolutely love the guy. The fact of the matter is that he'll never get the respect he deserves, and that actually works in his favor, because he never really has any pressure on him. It's almost like he gets the opportunity to prove everyone wrong every week. He can't really let anyone down. The most people are going to say is like, oh, it's Hendo. No one's going to be like, you let us down. It's like Hendo can come in today, and after everyone's saying, we don't, myself included, don't necessarily want Hendo to start, comes in, turns the game around. I just love the guy. I love the guy. And I love that Millie comes on in garbage time and just gets, fouls after fouls. I love it.
One thing, I think I'm right, Paddy, was it only 2 shots on target in that game from either side in total, and it was the 2 goals?
Yeah, I mean, it was, the first half was very, it was, as a 0-0 goes in the first half, it was actually pretty entertaining. And up until the deadlock was broken. But yeah, chances weren't being taken until us ourselves. And rival fans were probably gagging for Liverpool to slip up here, but they didn't. I think that's the difference. They had their chances to kill us off, arguably, but they didn't take them. But we, did. And that's the good thing about how Liverpool are at the moment. We can play poorly, averagely, and still get the win. And that's the mark of a world-class football team.
Little word, Kyle, on the other Champions League game that took place tonight. Salzburg at the death denied a home victory over Bayern Munich. I think Kingsley Coman with an equaliser in the 90th minute for Bayern, but still not too bad a result for Salzburg, that?
No, not at all. Bayern Munich? No. If you're a Salzburg fan, you're liking that result. Yeah. I mean, there's always one team that could make a run. Maybe it's Salzburg. Maybe Salzburg will pull the upset. Who knows? That's why this tournament is so awesome. Like, a team can get hot and just advance. That's why you love it.
One team, Paddy, who won't be making a comeback is Sporting Lisbon. Absolutely put to the sword by Manchester City.
Right.
Yeah, I feel bad for them, but that's the Portuguese league. You know, we spanked Porto year in year out, and Lisbon have got the Man City dong. Yeah, well, no coming back. If Sporting Lisbon come back, I'll give everyone in the chat €1,000, and believe me, I do not have €1,000 to be given to everyone in the chat.
Well, yeah, I'll second that. I also don't have €1,000 to give everybody in the chat. The other game, Kyle, PSG, Kylian Mbappe, moment of brilliance to take a 1-goal lead to the Bernabeu for the second leg for them. How are you feeling about that tie? Do you think Madrid can turn it around?
Oh, I hate both teams, so I really don't care about either of them. I hate PSG, I think, more than anyone. So it kind of pissed me off that he scored, but I do like Mbappe as a player. So, to be honest, I just hope PSG end up getting knocked out. And I see Messi just with his head down walking off the field. For some reason, I don't know, ever since we played Barcelona in the Champions League and we came back, and just the cockiness of them at the home leg. Oh, dude, I just love seeing Messi lose now for some reason. I also love seeing Madrid lose after Ramos. Like, it really doesn't matter now. I hate both teams. So really, it's a win-win for me.
I'll tell you what, though, gents. Tonight, as we always say, the Champions League hits differently, Paddy. But I took a moment today to gather my thoughts during that watch along, and I just thought, thank God that Super League didn't happen. Thank God that we aren't denied nights and feelings like this again. Because just thinking back to that night last year, mate, I was so scared, and so happy now that we're after having that night again tonight.
Yeah, I mean, they were a dark few days. The game we loved was a danger of being taken from us, because I think no matter what way they try and spin that Super League, the way football is now, the pyramid it is now is what we love. The Champions League is the creme de la creme of football, in my opinion. Like, that hour that's an hour of coverage on BT Sport before the game was like watching the premiere, the best show in history for me. I just loved every second, soaked it in. It's just great. And hopefully that it'll never rear its ugly head again. And even if it does, fans will always win. We are the numbers. As much as the numbers of the bank accounts matter for the big boys, if the fans aren't on board, it won't be happening, because they'll be ran out of their respective clubs.
The Champions League is different gravy, boys. It's different gravy. Am
different
I right?
gravy, lad.
Am I right?
A monster, Paddy, with the different gravy. Kyle will be gone. That'll be spreading all across America now. Watch.
Yeah, no, I was trying to say it at work
trendsetter.
the other day, and everyone's like, nobody had any idea what I was trying to say. Even with the context, they had no idea. I'm like, come on. So I had to explain it to them. So hopefully it'll catch on. No promises, though. Yeah.
Particularly because you guys are like biscuits and gravy, completely different gravy to what we consider gravy over here, the brown stuff, like.
Oh, well, yeah, man. I mean, we have both, but the biscuits and gravy, I think, is better gravy, to be honest with you.
What is the gravy? What does it taste like?
Oh, it's more of a cream. It's going to get dirty real quick. It's a creamy with sausage in it, and it's more viscous. It's like a thicker sauce. But I can't really explain the difference. You say. Yeah, it's thick and creamy.
That was me after that goal.
Yeah. My mind went there as well.
Oh, what is wrong with us?
Yeah, no, it's good.
I think we will wind that down and call it a night for Paddy Murphy's health's sake, if nothing else. I mean, you're an absolute trooper, mate. Fair play. He's got COVID at the minute, Kyle, and he's still here, showing up, putting in the graft.
Paddy?
Yeah, boy.
Oh, damn. It's still going strong.
I'd be lying if I said I wasn't eyeing up my bed and hopping straight in after the stream. It just makes me really tired. But I'm fine otherwise. We'll be grand in a couple of days.
When you do, mate, tell the girls I said hello.
I will. Craig said hello, guys.
Oh, thank you. So sexy,
Love it. Oh, Paddy Moore. It's too big.
Oh, God, I love
We've done it all. We've covered porno. We've covered food. We've done everything, lads. We've covered the football. Absolutely everything. We've knocked it out of the park. Massive respect to Kyle and Paddy for coming on and joining us. Kyle, what have you got coming up with Nothing But Reds this week, dude? Always love to give it a plug.
No, goal reactions coming up shortly here. I'm actually excited to watch my own reaction because I don't even remember it. I kind of blacked out. So that'll be exciting. And then previewing who are we playing next? Norwich. Previewing Norwich. Be on the lookout.
Is that
Subscribe.
in the cup? Yeah.
What was that?
No, league first. League on Saturday.
Oh, it is league. Oh, very good, very good, very good, very nice.
Yeah. So hopefully,
Mr. Paddy Murphy, are you back on the FIFA grind?
Oh, well, I mean, whatever app you choose, type Mr. Paddy Murphy and you'll find my fat face somewhere uploading something.
And my fat face won't be too far behind it somewhere else as well. So, look, massive shout out to Paddy and Kyle. Thank you guys, as always, for your support. Thank you to Manscaped, WFM20 for 20% off and free shipping. Won't say job done, but certainly a good night for the Reds over at the Giuseppe Meazza. I did it, Connor. I got one more in before we finished up. Thank you, guys. We'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.